back.
We're back.
And another one, bro.
Another one.
oh, DJ Khaled.
Oh, DJ Khaled, bro.
Yep.
Khaled. Another one. So this is episode what?
45.
45.
Yep.
45.
Yes, sir.
On 45. Anyways. So here we go, dude. So we on the previous episode we were hitting on the eclipse.
Right.
But we're gonna go ahead and put another one out today. Just kind of extend on that. So you wanted to talk about some stuff going, associated with the solar eclipse.
Yeah, we'll start with the solar eclipse. There's been some changes. I guess schedule wise, I guess where the shadows are where the eclipse shadow is actually gonna be running through.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with that, and then this episode's gonna be a little different. We're gonna have there's gonna be a little bit of religion involved, a little bit of moon talk, a little bit of some stuff to think about, bro. Not necessarily opinions, but just some stuff to think about. And I guess it could be interpreted as opinions, but something to think about.
Opinions, dog.
Yay.
So, yeah, we got this solar eclipse coming.
Mm-hmm.
And a big thing going on right now is people buying tickets and shit.
Yep.
To go witness it.
Yep.
And whatever. And, it's a big cash cow
mm-hmm.
for people that are traveling and then the ones that are actually going to host a little event or whatever.
Right.
So there's a lot of things coming out about it, but you were saying something about energy and vibrations, bro. So what were you wanting to hit on that?
So this is my shiz right here, bro. Like I said earlier. So the other reason they may be fear mongering some of this is because of our energies and vibrations, and I do believe in people's energies, the energy they emit.
Right.
Whether it's good, negative, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also a reason for it. There's a lot of occult, in which occult isn't a bad thing. It just means hidden.
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff going on every day, especially from people in higher positions of power. That
right.
There's a lot of people that may not believe in witchcraft, astronomy, palm reading, tarot, and all that, and that's fine. Because a lot of people do, fuck that up.
Mm-hmm.
But still, there's a reason that stuff exists.
Right.
No, somebody didn't just wake up one day and be like, I'm just gonna make this shit up and whatever, right?
Right.
But so yeah, dude, I think they're using this solar eclipse event to maybe stir up emotions, which it's working, but why, I don't know. There's probably a reason behind it, and I like to say it and just think about it. I always say we're gonna find out in the documentary years from now, because there's always a fucking documentary about. So there's countless documentaries about JFK. There's countless documentaries about slavery. All this other stuff that people don't want to admit while it's happening during it.
Right.
But then years later, some director, somebody will make a documentary and be like, oh well, this was going on, and then people look at it from a different angle and they're like, oh damn, yeah, I remember that, but they didn't realize at the time, whether it was right, wrong, bad, indifferent, whatever. So I'm pretty sure eventually, since this is a big event apparently, and somebody down the line will probably include it in something, whether it's going to be, aliens or whatever. I think they'll somehow tie it in, and then that's when some of that stuff will come out and be like, oh, by the way, NASA shot up those 3 rockets because of this, and during the time, the Smithsonian also, was studying this, and the Vatican would. Actually, I'm surprised the Vatican hasn't said anything.
Usually they
because
they got that blessing or something.
Yeah, because they got that big ass not microscope, damn, telescope. So I'm really surprised.
Huh.
So all this eventually might come out. Like, I watch, Ancient Aliens. I listen to Coast to Coast. All that weird stuff that some people consider weird. I like it, but that's usually where all that stuff comes up. And they'll be like, they'll make a show or they'll make like the hauntings and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the people that are in those, what do you call them? That are into those genres or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're talking about it too. I'm sure, they're going to say ghost activity's, going to be abnormal. It's going to be high, all this other stuff. But that came to me the other day, dude, because I was thinking, I was like, huh. I was like, if people put out energy and vibrations, how is it going to affect it, or are they harnessing that for something, or what are they doing with it?
Yeah. So you're talking about vibrations and in people's energy, bro. I know, and I know you've dealt with people too. I mean, in our line of work, we always deal with people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do. And
Different personalities, bro.
Right. And you go into a room and I know you've been there. Especially both of us being in management roles at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
You would go into a room and you knew you were fucking bait, bro.
Yep.
You knew that all eyes were on you and it was gonna be a fucking bloodbath.
You knew the direction of the meeting as soon as you walked in, bro.
You knew right off the fucking bat. Like, you knew as soon as that shit started, there was no way around it, bro. Yep. It was just like, okay, so-and-so. Yep. What the hell's going on? And it was just straight, and the energy in there was just so heavy.
Yep.
And you and I both have been in that environment.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, so when you talk about people's energy and vibration, people sit there and think, oh, that's silly, man. You went off the deep end and all this shit there, but it's true.
Yep.
I mean, because you even like when you meet people, man.
Yep.
Like we were talking earlier, hey, I know I can click with this dude. Mm-hmm. Or hey, I don't. That dude really don't. I don't know about. You get that intuition inside of you that says, I don't know about that guy.
You get that feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Inside of you, you're like, man, I don't know about that dude.
Right.
Like, he's cool, but he ain't that cool.
Yep.
He's so fucking cool, I'm gonna call him Kulu. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What I'm saying? But it's everybody has that feeling, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you have physical contact with them.
Yes,
when
sir.
you shake their hand.
Yep.
If you look at them, it fucking makes people freak out, bro.
Eye contact, bro.
It fucking, dude, I'm telling you.
Yep.
So that's what I'm getting at. And then even like infants, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a guy or somebody pick up an infant, the infant's crying and all this shit there, you pick them up and they, shut the hell up.
Yep.
Or
they get worse.
Or, it makes it worse. Or, or whatever. And they're, or whatever, good or bad, or it goes one way or the other. That's when, infants know.
Right.
Animals too, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
Animals know when you have a good intention.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. I mean, you can win over a dog and, animals, because they're real. I read that you have to look at them face to face and you just stare at them and then they will eventually cave.
Yep. And
then from there, you have became and established dominance against them.
Yep.
And then, now they will.
Because they feed off the energy, bro.
Right. So that's where we're getting at. And that's why I was trying to explain, as far as energies and shit. And dude, I mean, it's a deal. You get the fucking creeps with, dude, there's been times where I get the creeps when I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
Yep. And it's just crazy on how we're built, bro. Like, how we are just made.
Yeah. Yep. It's like, when you get goosebumps, I had always heard, it's because a ghost walked by you or walked through you or whatever.
Yeah.
But we still don't know, and science is always going to come up with a theory, not necessarily an answer.
It's an explanation. Bro.
Right. They're going to try to give you their explanation, dude, but we still don't know why, did we feel, or did our brainwaves, collide with something? Did we hit something? We don't know.
Right.
But something in us does.
Right.
Because that's a reaction.
Right.
And people sometimes just, they brush that off, and just, what do they call that, bro? It's, damn it, man, there's a name for it. Anyways, it's just like, like grandmother wisdom. Like, it's just something that that they pass down to give kids an explanation when something happens, bro. But yeah, and that's so easy to overlook and just say, I don't believe in that shit. But when you get goosebumps out of nowhere, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. See, that was one whenever you get the chills, bro. Something similar, you get the quivers.
Yeah.
My dad would tell me that right there, whenever you get the chills, like a quiver or a shake, like not just like a fucking seizure, but just chilling one day and you stretch, you're like, whew, or whatever. Right. My dad told me the reason that happens because that's where somebody has stepped where you're gonna die.
Yeah, I heard that too, bro. Yep.
So that's like a big, I was like, what the fuck? It was weird, man.
Right.
And it's just like, man, there's so much there's so many things that have been passed down by generation to generation. Mm-hmm. Especially being, Mexican, even, black culture, African American and even, Anglos and whatever. Yep. Everybody has their thing, and it always gets passed down.
Yep.
You know, like we talked in one of the earlier episodes, we all know about the Llorona, the Cucuy, you know, and all that shit.
Yep.
You know, and there's a reason why our ancestors have always fucking talked about it. Do you really think it was just something they made up to make kids fucking chill the fuck out? I don't think so. Because there's been shit that I've seen.
I think they catered it. Eventually, I think, they turned it into more of a fear tactic to get kids to listen. But there is truth behind it.
Right.
You know, there's something behind it. You know, and yeah, I believe it too, dude. And Appalachia's big on that, bro.
Yeah.
Because, you know, every now and then I get on, my FYP gets filled with Appalachian stuff. And, yeah, I mean, when they're talking about make sure your windows are closed by, you know, before dark. Don't go into the woods. You know, if you hear somebody whistle, if you hear somebody call your name, keep on walking. Don't even turn back. You know, stuff like that, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people dismiss it. And, you could attribute it to, like, a cultural thing, you know. But it's not necessarily always that, dude. It's just some people are more in tune with what's going on versus just going through life, you know, getting up, going to work, doing this, doing it. It's a different kind of routine, bro.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, and that's where you come up with the hippies, bro.
Yep.
You know, because, you know, the hippies were more in tune with the earth.
Yeah.
You know, they used the, free spirit, you know, and all this shit there. You know, and so on and so forth. And people always trip out on them dudes. Like, man, they're just fucking, they don't wash themselves with soap, you know, and because they feel, one of their beliefs or one of the things they believe in or they practice is that any kind of cleaning agent with perfume blocks energy or things you could receive. Yeah. Right? Same thing. You know, that's why sometimes you find people that are into the hippie thing or, you know, the more naturalism, or I don't even know their actual name for them. But they smell, bro. They have body odor.
But even those people were, you know, they were given a label.
Right.
You know, because maybe they chose not to. You know, it's just, I mean, it's like homeless people. Right. We see somebody living on the street, we automatically assume, you know, he's
fucking junkie.
Something like that. Or, you know, he's you know, people won't admit it. You know, but it's like, that's the trash of a human being. You know, they may not say it that way.
Yo, you're right, man.
But it's the fact.
Yeah.
You know, and if you decide to approach that person, you'll find out why that person is living like that. Right. If you don't, you're just gonna think it's like, you know, that dude decides to live like that. What a piece of shit, or you know, that's his decision, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But we that's another thing we do is we're good at labeling without even knowing. Right. So.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, and that's what I was saying. You know, when we went to San Francisco, you know, we seen a lot of that. Yeah. You know, and it's crazy. And my wife, you know, she was just like, man, I wonder what their story is, fucking this, that, and the other thing, like you're saying. And she, you know, my wife's a real sympathetic person, man. Like, she's always just trying to care and, you know, be nice to everybody. Right. You know, and it's, I guess I'm more of the asshole in the fucking relationship and marriage because I'm like, fuck that. Right. You know, I'm that dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like that dude. I'm like, hey, dude. Right. You know, like, you chose to be like that. Like, you know, whatever. Right. And then, but then my wife comes around and tells me, you don't know their story. I said, you're right. I don't know their story. Right. And I don't want to know their story. Right. I said, because everybody has their life. Everybody makes decisions. Everybody, you know, whatever the case may be. Yep. Right? Yep. But remember that one time we sat there and talked about maybe those are the ones that are more in tune. Yeah. That's why they're over there looking like they're frozen in time. Even though, you know, some of them do drugs and whatever, drink and shit. But those dudes are more like, they feel, maybe they're the ones that are not locked into the matrix. Maybe they're the ones that are not locked into what the world is giving them. Could be. Because some of them don't have cell phones. Yep. A lot of them don't have cell phones. All they do is go and fucking chill out.
But they know shit.
But they know exactly what's going on, bro. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So who knows? Maybe they're the fucking purebred people.
Could be.
You know, you just don't know. I mean, look at John Wick, bro. The guy that flipped the pigeons and all the birds and shit. Yeah. He was a powerful dude, but he looked fucking homeless. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And a lot of that's used in symbolism in movies. A lot of the people that see everything, they're homeless, or they have that image of being homeless, or they have no goals going on for them, and you know what I'm saying? But they're always perceived as guys that know shit.
Yeah, you know, now that you say that, if this is a program that we live in, dude, what if those people right there that you're talking about, right, are the ones that are, you know, fuck, man, like the front line. What if those are the ones correcting the program as we go? Those are the ones catching the glitches. They're looking because we're not the crazy ones, right?
Everybody's crazy.
We got a career. We actually contribute to society.
Right.
They don't, in a sense.
Right.
So what if they're just watching and saying, hey, this guy's doing good. Hey, you know what? This side of town, it's fucked up. Let's fix it. Let's send a program, send an update. Boom. What if that's what they are?
Yeah. Let's Skid Row, bro.
Yeah.
Skid Row, dude, man. Fuck.
Because why can't they get rid of shit like that, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Why?
Why not?
They can.
But they use the whole, they're humans.
Right.
They're human people, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just fucking...
Speaking of that, man, before I forget, I've always had this question, and I ask it to different people, dude, depending on who I'm with and if I have the chance. When you see a homeless couple together, I always ask myself, man, how does that guy get that woman to follow him through that life? Because you see it all the time, bro. And you see it on social media all the time. Oh, I can't find a good man. I can't find a good woman. A fucking homeless guy with zero has maybe, I don't know, maybe they're love, maybe they're not, maybe they're just,
going day by day.
Who knows?
Right.
But why can a person that we consider not having anything, materialistic,
right,
have somebody follow him around, whether it be a man or a woman?
Yeah. Or they always have dogs, bro.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking nuts? And I ask people, dude, I'm like, what do you think keeps that woman following that man around? And a lot of times I get that, oh, because they're fucking drug addicts. They probably share, needles and this and that. I'm like,
right.
I just do it for the answer. Not because I know I'm going to get an answer. I just do it to see what that person says.
And how they're gauging shit.
Yeah. And it kind of gives me a sense. I'm a people watcher. And it kind of gives me a sense. Now, I don't make my mind up about that person and say, oh, this dude fucking thinks he's better. No. I just, I kind of evaluate what I think of that person. Not for good, not for bad, but just for me.
Right.
So, and that's usually the typical answer I get, because me and you, we have our wives.
Yeah.
So what we do, and people listen to it. What we do for our family, we do a lot of sacrificing.
Yes, that's true.
So imagine if we were to stop that and just simply say, you know what, I fucking give up. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of living on the hamster wheel. I'm gonna fucking get off.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take a year off and see see where I'm at in a year.
Yeah. Are you coming along?
Yeah. She ain't gonna follow, bro.
Yeah,
hell no. Your family ain't, bro. They're gonna your kids, your family, they're gonna be like, no. Hell no, dude.
Yeah, fuck that.
So how does a person like that, dude? I've always wondered, man. How do they have partners, bro?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I still haven't found. I could probably go ask. Hey man, how long y'all been together? What y'all do? And they're wanderers, bro.
Yeah.
They may be together for a week. They may be together for months, and they move on, bro.
Yeah.
And they'll find somebody else to follow. So.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And that's one thing. Talking about energy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you honestly, like even around the times we were in San Francisco and we seen a lot of the homeless people there. They didn't give me no heebie-jeebies, bro.
Right.
Like we were talking about earlier, like I wanted to run for my life. No.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're just chilling, looking at you, whatever. And I didn't get scared. My wife and her friends were the ones that were all fucking freaking the fuck out,
right.
And I get it, but, I'm just like, just leave them alone, mind your business, whatever, keep on going where we're going. Because we walked around downtown San Francisco and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
We seen the area that, all the other people live. We saw the Rainbow Kids area. We saw all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And, it was no big deal. But there was other people walking around. You had different areas, the China area, all that shit there.
Yeah.
But it was kind of, I didn't get scared.
Right.
But my wife was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
So, but that was one thing, and that's, we talk about homeless people. Now, out here, when you see them panhandling, bro, that's a different story.
Yeah.
To me. That's just my personal opinion.
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, because come on, bro. Like, it's kind of crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So, the energy thing, dude, it's a for sure type deal, bro.
Yep.
It's a for sure type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can really explain it, dude. And it just works on frequency, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, dude, because I think I'm a fairly, fairly easy person to get along with, bro.
Yeah.
I don't initiate conversation rarely. You know, but if somebody makes small talk with me, you know, hey, how are you? Good morning. How's your day? Whatever. I respond politely.
Yes.
You know, but it's not in my nature like that. And there's people that are like, you know, you're pretty, you know, sociable, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
You can walk into a room and you'll either find somebody to talk to you or you'll talk to somebody.
Yeah, and chalk it up.
And they follow your energy, bro.
Yeah.
Versus me and you know, they don't, because if I'm quiet, they're just gonna be like, you know, fuck, you know, dude, you know, he's not talking, he's not doing anything.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know, but I don't give off a bad vibration.
Yeah.
I don't give off bad energy.
Right, exactly.
You know, but I don't know. Just kind of hit on the eclipse, kind of tie that into together. Who knows, man? Maybe, maybe not. But you know, they also kind of change the subject a little bit here. They want to put a time zone on the moon. Isn't that fucking nuts?
Why though?
I have no idea, bro. So I saw that. I think it was earlier this week. It might have been late last week, and I sent you that article.
Right.
You know, and it's like, you know, what's the point of it? It's like saying, hey, we're gonna make, you know. So is this gonna be a thing now where they say, hey, we're gonna give a time zone in the moon? Now we're gonna do Mars. Now we're gonna do Jupiter. We're gonna do Saturn. Why?
Why? The only go ahead.
But, so it's gonna open up a door to a lot of different things, and I'm gonna find it interesting to see what answer science is gonna give us, bro, because it could fuck a lot of shit up.
Oh, it's gonna fuck shit up. Okay, now, why? What is okay? So whenever something's founded, bro, what is the first thing they got to do? Establish control.
Right.
And have a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
What if, with this whole time zone thing, they're actually going to be able to prove that people can get to the moon?
Or disprove that they can get to the moon. Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's right now, right? So we're in Central Time. Mm-hmm. You have Mountain Time, then you have East Coast Time.
Standard,
you have West Coast Time.
Yep.
You know, and you add going one way and subtract going the other.
Mm-hmm.
But people are living there.
Right.
Why else do you need a time zone? It's not like here on Earth where you're like, oh, I'm in the moon's time zone.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna tie that in with our time zones too.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like a lunar year, or you know, there's stupid shit that they do. Oh, the moon was here, so we're gonna add another 3 hours.
Right.
Kind of like daylight savings time.
Yep.
All this shit there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a possibility, bro.
So
and I'm glad we're talking about it, because if this shit happens, like if they do that shit, this is before they even come out with an explanation on that.
Yep.
Bro, like we've always said, we're ahead of these fuckers. Dude.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's not that we just sit there and nitpick and try to do, but it's stuff that naturally comes to us when we're talking, bro.
Oh yeah, all day.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm thinking, because you know, when I was sitting there listening, you're talking just right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, dude, what if they're just gonna like leap years, bro?
Right.
You know, every year or whatever the case. I don't even understand leap years, honestly. I don't understand leap years, and I'm not even gonna act like I fucking know. Okay, but it's like, from what I know of leap years, it's like you add one and you take a day and you add 2 days or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe it's gonna be the same thing. Once they establish the actual moon time zone, they're like, okay, the moon is in this phase. It's been in this phase, whatever, so many times.
Right.
We need to add whatever the case may be.
Right.
To the time, hours of the day, months of the year, days of your days of the month. Mm-hmm. Who fucking knows, man?
But no, you're right. And I just, because I'm thinking about this too now. I'm thinking on the fly here, dude. That's somehow gonna affect global warming, bro. Just, you know.
Fucking global warming.
It will. It
Come
will.
on,
I guarantee fucking to you it will, because supposedly they're already saying that we're losing a second per, I don't know how many years of our time, bro. How the fuck can they tell, dude?
Dude, I'm telling you the other day, like, we talked about this. It seems like everything's moving just twice as fast, bro.
So, then that's another theory, bro. Is it really moving fast, or are we just in a point in our life as adults where
we're valuing time more?
We're either valuing it more, or you know, we're more aware of it now than the generations before us.
Right.
Who knows?
Who fucking knows, bro?
But it does. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you sit there and you think about it, man, you know, because I was thinking the other day, it hit me the other day, dude. Out of fucking nowhere, dude. I don't even know why. I was like, holy shit, man. 20 fucking years ago, I graduated.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like people that think about the 2000s, bro. They think the 2000s happened, 2000s, you know, 6 years ago.
Fuck yeah.
You know, everybody that grew up in the 2000s, when you ask them about the 2000s, they're like, oh, yeah, like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But, again, 24 fucking years ago, bro.
24, bro.
You know? Yeah, dude. And I was just like, it was 20 years ago I graduated, and it just hit me out of nowhere. I was like, holy shit.
Fuck no, dude.
I was like, what this? It's like when you wake up and you're like, what happened? It's just, and a lot of great things have happened in my life since then, dude. But it's like a little moment of realization. It just sparks something, bro. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah, so it's weird, man. That's what I was thinking, on that shit, man. I was like, man, I don't fucking know. Kind of weird, but you go back 2000s, bro. 2000 was where it was at.
It was, bro.
You go to 2000 now. That's all you hear in the club, or 2000 bangers, homeboy.
Yep. those are gonna be the classics eventually, bro.
They're already classics, bro.
Well, I mean, they're gonna be the oldies.
You know what I'm saying?
But so, if they do put a time zone on the moon, what's it going to affect here on Earth according to science, according to the government? And why does it have to be, and it's the U.S. I'm pretty sure there's another country out there that's probably doing the same thing, but the U.S. is spearheading this. Why?
I don't know, man.
Why? So, and then there's another theory I heard too, and is it Interstellar, I think?
Yeah.
The movie that talks about that?
Right. With
Matthew McConaughey, right?
Hey. All right.
Yeah. So, that's going to fuck that up. They're going to try to justify it somehow and say, oh, yes, but no. So if they put a time zone on the moon and it differs from what we have here on Earth, then the astronauts, in air quotes, that went to the moon, are they going to be older? Are they going to be younger? How are they going to explain that?
Well, see, you already seen it in the movies, though.
Right.
They're like, okay. They said, like, what the fuck was it? There was a movie where when you're born, like, say here, and they know that there's another planet somewhere. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to keep the human race going.
Right.
So they'll get the baby at a certain amount of time once they're like, kind of like 1 or 2 years old. Mm-hmm. They put them in a capsule and shooting the fuck off to the next place.
Right.
By the time they get there, they're already in their adolescent stage. Mm-hmm. Like preteens, because they send them off here like at 2, 1, whatever the case may be. Right. And by the time travel and all that shit there, by the time they get to where they're going to point B, they're already plugged in to whatever program.
Right.
So that way, when they actually do come out of hyperventilation, they already know how to speak, they already know how to talk, they already know how to do everything up to that age.
Right. It's downloaded. It's
fucking ready.
Plug and play.
Now, that's where they tell how can they sit there and come up with fucking scripts like that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. So somehow, Neil deGrasse Tyson, because that's who they push, is going to come up and say, oh, well, and it's probably not going to be a lot. They're probably going to say it's milliseconds, seconds. I don't think it's going to be hours, maybe minutes. Because they don't want to, they don't want to open that door for people to say, wait a minute. Okay, so if the moon is, let's say the moon is, okay, well, let's not even go that fucking far. Let's just go to the other side of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some of those people are older than we are, even though they're born in the same year.
It's true.
So by times, law, whatever you want to call it, shit should be different.
Should.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. And that's one thing I was doing on Twitter, man. And I know it's called X. Fuck off. I still call it Twitter.
Yeah.
I sat there and, I get people and they're just like, oh, the moon. I put out there on our page, I put somebody take a picture of the moon at your location.
Right.
Because I wanted to compare, bro.
Right.
I mean, because technically, if they're on that side on the Earth, they should be seeing the opposite side of the moon.
Yep.
And I want a picture of the moon.
Yep.
On that side of the Earth, and I see where we have listeners on that other side.
Right.
Apparently.
Right.
If they're not just people scamming.
Yep.
Because we can see, just to let you know, we can see where you're listening.
Yep.
To us from. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I want, if you follow us on our social media and stuff, I want to perhaps get a direct message from somebody on either Twitter, X, or Epi.
On TikTok, yep.
And send us a picture of the moon, man, on where you're from.
Yep.
From India, wherever y'all are from.
Yep.
At the same time, let's put it out there. If y'all can send us a picture of the moon at midnight,
right,
in your area on the other side, let's compare them. Let's compare the pictures of the moon at midnight on the other side of the world.
Right.
Because apparently it's supposed to be different, right? Because the moon's supposed to turn as well, and all this shit there.
Yep.
So we will always see one side of the moon. It don't matter.
Right.
So I want to see the other side of the moon.
Right.
So I would like to see anybody that listens to us on the other side, on the like China, while it's night here or day here, it's night over there.
Yeah.
In theory, I want to see what the moon looks like over there.
Yeah, because there's moon phases.
Yeah.
So the moon phase should be different on their side of the world and our side of the world, right?
Right. So whenever we have a new moon,
Right.
they should have a full moon.
Right.
That's the way I understand. I could be wrong,
Could be.
but that's kind of crazy. Kind of got off a little bit on
Yeah.
that.
So that's why I said this episode is going to be a little different. It's going to be more of a.
This is us shooting shit off our fucking head on the hip.
Yeah, we did jot some shit down, just some little bullet points, so we could kind of have a
float.
Yeah, but a lot of this is it's raw.
Off float.
Yep. So that's that's the deal. You know, that was I don't know. I found that weird, bro. Why do they want to put time on the moon?
That is
bro?
weird.
You know, are they gonna go? Man, dude, it's still we still don't know what time it is.
No, we don't.
We made it up. Somebody somewhere said, "Hey."
We might have lost time, bro. All the up and down.
Cool. Yeah, we don't know, and you know, and science will always have an answer.
Yeah.
And I call it a theory, bro, because again, if I can touch it, feel it, yes, that's legit.
Yeah.
Time isn't.
Well, I'd heard, and I'm probably gonna fuck it up. The reason for daylight savings and spring head or whatever, spring forward, it was a money thing.
Always.
It was a money thing.
Yeah.
I think back when it first happened, I think it was because consumption was at a real-time high.
Right.
And demand was just not there yet.
Right.
So they had to get something in between to space that shit out to make sure, production or production of goods were getting transported in a reasonable amount of time to maintain businesses. That's what I'd read. I don't know. I could be fucking it up.
Yep. No, but it's something along the line of that, dude. Because you always get the typical answer: "Oh, the farmers, daylight. They needed to pick their crops. They needed to plant their seeds."
They harvest at night, bro. Look, as well as I do. Farmers, when it comes to what is it? August, September, October, they start prepping.
Towards the fall, yeah.
They start prepping, especially in cotton, bro.
Oh yeah.
And they'll run them fucking strippers modules all night long.
Yes,
bro.
sir, bro.
They don't give a shit.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
I have buddies up in the Panhandle. That's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't sit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it to grow the shit, but I don't know, man. I just
that was one explanation as a kid that we got in school.
right.
Because I guess it was probably just in simple terms that was the easiest way they could explain it. But
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. If they do put time on the moon, man, what's going to be the cause down here? What's going to be the
How are we gonna be affected?
right? Because we will be. They will. They'll use it. They'll use it for something. And I said, and I think it's going to be a global warming thing, bro. They're going to say, oh, just like they're saying now that we're losing a second of per day or some shit like that, dude. I don't know. But anyways,
Fucking weird, man.
it is, and that's if you really sit there and think about this shit, dude. Who was the person that said this looks like 2:00 to me? From here on out, it's 2:00. Yes, there's gonna be the Greeks, the Romans, Egyptians, You can reference to that.
Yeah.
But even they didn't know.
Yeah.
Nobody.
They had the sundial.
Yeah. And it's a good form of, way to keep track of stuff, but still, it's not set in stone. Now, unless God himself
Wrote it down.
and reached through the heavens and showed us his watch on his wrist,
What kind of watch was it, though?
I don't know. That's what I'm
Mickey
saying.
Mouse?
It could be a sundial.
Was it like a Snoopy watch?
could be, bro. That's what I'm saying.
We're not mocking God, guys.
No, we're not.
Chill the fuck out.
I'm just saying,
For
the
real.
theory here is whoever came up with time just came up with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around.
Yeah, it's been around, and yes, people did. You can say the navigation, the stars, blah blah blah, da da da. But it's a theory. Regardless, in the end, it is a theory. That's all it is.
1 + 1 = 4.
So yeah, Joe Biden will tell you this.
Hey, I got something that's kind of funny. So I was on Snapchat, and you had to have like the shorts. Mm-hmm. My wife's gonna be so pissed. It's like the dad jokes, bro.
Oh yeah.
So when you're talking about toes and shit, whatever, I was like, so there was one that's the aliens. There's 3 aliens, bro.
Yeah, I seen those dudes. Yeah.
He goes, hey, he's like, what's up? What has 5 toes, but is it your foot? And then the guy's like, huh? My foot.
It's true.
Yeah, just the little shits like that. So when you said that, that's what came to me, dude. It was funny. Me and my son have been tearing it up with that shit, and it's funny. But yeah, it's My wife can't fucking stand it. She's like, you fucking guys with the aliens, y'all are wearing masks out
The-
there or whatever. But yeah, so, but no, I mean, so that was just something to think about. It's just something to break it up real quick.
Yeah,
But what else we were gonna hit on?
So, man, this is my big thing, dude. You know, if any of you guys out there that listen to us, you ever want to talk about religion and occult, I'm your man. I can talk about this shit.
This is your cup of tea.
I'm not an expert by any means, but I do like to talk about it. I do like to delve into it. So, this kind of ties in also with, you know, this time, energy, vibrations, all this is religion. You know, a lot of people get upset about religion right away, you know,
Oh, yeah.
because it's, you know, like we just said, you know, you don't want to mock God, you don't want to do that, but that's something that was taught to us. That was something that was instilled in us, like the fear that you were talking about, the kukui and the yorona and all that.
Yeah.
I believe it's the same thing.
Right.
So, the religions that came before, what do they call it? Judeo-Christian. Because you were in New Orleans when you told me about voodoo.
The Jews.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. You were telling me about, you know, New Orleans is heavy on especially voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo and Catholicism.
Right. You know, voodoo was around before the Christian religions
Yes.
came around. You know, and we were talking about that, you know, before we started the episode, dude, is, you know, especially with this eclipse coming around, you have the Native Americans here, right. You know, and then they always bring up the Mayans, the Aztecs, all the Central and South American natives.
Right.
You know, so all these religions existed before, dude. You know, how did we get to this point now where you can't even talk about not believing in, you know, Jesus, for example.
Right.
You know, you got the Middle East.
Christianity.
Right. You got the Middle East, you know, and before, dude, the Middle East, you know, was there was a lot of Muslims, but they actually all coexisted together at one point.
Right.
The Romans, the Muslims, and all these other religions actually existed all together, and they got along.
Right.
But they had their boundaries. They got along as long as nobody crossed that boundary.
Right.
You know, but now, you know, especially with voodoo, you know, I like to look into all that, Santeria, voodoo, all those religions, you know.
Yeah.
How did they corrupt it, bro? And I was just telling you about the Baphomet, dude. Everybody, and you also had a little story about the Baphomet too.
Yeah.
So when people look at the Baphomet, dude, you know, right away they think it's Satan, Lucifer, the devil. It's just completely evil.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they associate with is evil.
Yes.
We don't really know, dude. You know, I'm gonna say that, you know, from I guess I'm not an expert in it, but anytime you ask somebody, you know, hey, you show them a picture of the Baphomet, dude, boom, they want to draw a cross with their fingers, and you know, I just be like, that's evil, it's evil, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who taught you that?
Mm-hmm.
It was mainstream religion now, which is the Judeo-Christian religion.
Okay.
You know, but if you look at documentaries and yes, you know, history again is agreed upon. The winner writes history.
Right.
You know, so during the Knights Templar, I don't remember which one of the French kings it was. I want to say might have been one of the Philips or the Louis, I guess, because I think the Louis were the French ones, right?
Louis Vuitton.
So
Louis Vuitton, dog.
shit. So
That's what people will say. Louis Vuitton.
probably fucking today's age, man. Don't even fucking learn true history, I guess.
Anyway, sorry.
So, anyways, he was one of those kings was the ones that kind of corrupted that image, and you know he made people think, you know, he wanted to get rid of the Templar Knights, and the story goes the Templars were real rich because they were the first bankers apparently too.
Oh shit.
You know
Fucking money.
yeah, exactly. The Roman Church were the first bankers apparently.
Right.
And so, anyways, he wanted their money because he owed them money. They were fighting his crusades, and he owed them money, and he didn't want to pay it back. So he turned them evil, bro. He said, "Hey, look at what they're doing. You know, the Baphomet's got breasts. It's got both male and female. It's got dualities. You know, it's got the two fingers pointing up, the two fingers pointing down. It's got the horns. I mean, it does look
as below.
It does look scary, right?
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, you know.
It's uncomfortable to.
So it was easy for people to just get on that wagon and fucking
yeah.
pile in there, bro. So I was listening to something earlier that said, that the older generations, I guess somewhere between cavemen and civilization, bro, they were people prayed to that god because it had everything in it. It had the male, the female, the up, the down, the dark, the light. The horn signified, man's desire to be at the top. Carnal, everything, bro. If you decide to look into it, you're gonna find out that may not be what we were told.
Right.
And I'm not telling you this is not what I believe. I just like to research, but it's not what we've been taught apparently, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. And talking in about Baphomet, you were saying about New Orleans. So me and my wife just went to New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and that's an area which we didn't know. We went on a graveyard tour,
Right.
like a cemetery,
Mm-hmm.
and over there, since we did not know this, but since in that area, they don't bury in the ground.
Yeah.
They bury in like tombs,
Mm-hmm.
above sea level.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, you and your family, you purchase a tomb.
Yep.
And then whoever passes, whatever, you put their body in there for 2 years and 1 day.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come and pull the body out, burn the casket, put the body of bones, and push them to the back with a 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
So that way there's no whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the saying, and this is the guy that gave us the tour, said that's where the saying, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
All right.
Not even with a 10-foot pole, I would touch that person.
Yeah.
That's where that saying came from. So, back in the day, and this is going to come up to a woman figure that was really predominant back then.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Marie Laveau.
Yep.
She was migrated in because
Mm-hmm.
that was the French area.
Right.
And before the Louisiana Purchase and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, that the main religion there was voodoo.
Right.
Because voodoo was considered a religion.
Yep. Still is.
And now in the more modern age, it was Catholicism.
Right.
Catholics. There's a lot of Catholics there, and I didn't know that until I got some people I work with that are from Louisiana, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, I'm straight up Catholic, bro." And I was like, "Dang, that's wild."
Yeah.
So what happened is they bring that religion over here,
Yep.
voodoo, right? And it was more of if you look in the religion of voodoo, it's kind of real similar to Catholicism.
Yep.
You have to have certain things happen around you to be considered to move up in level.
Right.
Same thing in Catholicism. You got to have certain miracles. I think it was like 3 miracles that happened to you to be considered
to
a saint.
canonized, yep.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever the process is. Same thing in voodoo.
Yep.
Well, this woman, her name is Marie Laveau, she was really heavily into voodoo.
Yep.
And voodoo is not necessarily negative.
Right.
It was a religion. You pray, to whatever, for prosperity, good to come to your family, whatever your case may be. Naturally, you're gonna have the dark side.
Yep.
And that's where you put spells on people, whatever the case may be. But in Catholicism, like, you have different saints, Saint Peter, Saint Paul, Saint Michael,
Yep.
all the ones that did,
The good.
the different stuff
Yep.
that symbolize different things.
Yep.
Saint Jude,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So voodoo is the same way,
Yeah.
But it's not like until you said the Judeos and the more modern have turned it into something negative.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're right. The resemblances, dude, they resemble each other a
fucking
lot.
Close, bro.
Yep.
And that's where and when the guy was telling us, I was like, man, this I knew inside I felt that,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like, oh, I fucking knew it. I was just like, dude, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But then again, that's just an explanation.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's scripture.
Right.
This is just something you and I were talking about.
Yep.
So then, that was cool. I was like, dang, man. So there's a store. It's called the House of Marie Laveau. It's on Bourbon Street, right there towards the end. And you walk in there and they tell you no photography, no cameras, and there's a lot of things in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like what I'm wearing, like a bracelet, like the red bracelet that they got those. They got beads, they got candles, they got wax, they got figurines, they got all kinds of stuff, bro.
Yep.
And there's an actual altar to that lady. So the lady, Marie Laveau, was considered a weirdo or a witch. Because
Right.
back then she used, I think, orange fever, or there was a big pandemic that happened.
Oh yeah.
And she used natural herbs to heal people.
Yep.
And that's where she got, famous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after that, it was like, she's a witch. Because
Right.
back then, if you did natural stuff and you went through the protocol like them,
Yep.
you were considered a witch or like medicine man are today.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's kind of one of those things where it falls in hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, so we go into this place, and there's some cool shit. There's some cool shit in there. They got little figurines, whatever. You say you need help to focus in life, or
Right.
riches or whatever, just whatever. There's a little altar.
Yep.
You put it on a piece of paper. Whatever you have, you give a little offering,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take that. A guy will come every hour
Yep.
and take all those papers, and he'll burn them.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do a thing with like a little bell.
Mm-hmm.
He does a thing. He hits it like ding, and it says something ding ding ding. Whatever,
Right. Yeah.
and goes on. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't freak me out. People were in there were like, "Fuck this, I'm out." Like people, like as soon as he said, he announced, he goes, "Hey guys, I just want to let y'all know we're gonna go ahead and conclude this offering to Miss Laveau.
Yeah.
So this is what's gonna happen. So if you feel free, you need to leave, please leave, but leave quietly."
Right.
And it was cool, bro. I thought it was the coolest shit ever. I mean, and I'm not freaking out. Like I'm not like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that's badass.
Yeah.
And I don't freak out with that shit.
Right. Yeah. I don't need it.
So, dude, there were people as soon as and it's in a different language.
Yeah.
And I think it's Hebrew. I don't know what the fuck it is. But anyways, he goes on. These people are like, I'm out. I mean, they're skirting out like, like, I'm out.
They're burning rubber. Bro.
Yeah, like, I mean, the fucking Crocs were melted, son.
The Crocs. Damn, dude. Yeah.
But it was neat. And then all they say was just be respectful and don't say nothing.
Right.
And they burn the things right there, so you can't say that, oh, they're just looking at all that bullshit and whatever.
Yeah.
No. So we're sitting there after that dude got done. He's actually like a tarot reader and shit like that. He said, for all of y'all that don't know, we have other things up in the air.
Yeah.
As above and as below,
Yeah.
please look up.
Yeah.
Well, there's a picture. There's a figurine, and it was Baphomet.
Yeah.
And it's there with the horns and everything like that. And this other lady, she hung around for the thing, and then she looked up. She's like, "I'm out. I'm fucking out of here." And you get the locals.
Yeah.
They're just laughing, bro.
Right.
And it's, I can see where people go wrong or get scared. I get it.
Jump right out of
Yeah,
Crocs.
just fucking boom. I mean, they leave their shoes there, homie. They don't even have their Crocs at 4x4, and if you don't know what
jump
4x4
straight
is,
out of
they
them, bro.
fucking leave them there.
Yeah.
So my wife looked up. She goes, "Oh shit." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "What is that?" And I said, "Well, that's Baphomet."
Yeah.
And she was like, I said, "Are you scared?" She goes, "No." She goes, "But what's that in the middle?" Well, it was the snakes.
The
snakes
caduceus.
intertwined. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Why does that look familiar?" I said, "If you look up in the medical world, it has the dual snakes. Every time anything involving metals, there's a serpent, and it means to go with the old and heal with the new.
Right.
Same thing. And I'm telling you, people now people probably think I'm a devil worshiper.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
People think now that I'm talking,
Yeah.
and we're talking about, they're like, "Oh, that dude, I knew something was wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
Look
Exactly.
at his tattoo. Look,
Yeah.
Look at his tattoo. Look at this, whatever. I knew it. I
Right.
knew it. He was a devil worshiper.
Yep.
But that's not who I am. But that's just something that intrigues me.
Yep.
So that's where that whole thing with the Baphomet and the voodoo came from.
Yep.
So that's where I was like, fuck, and I was like, dude, I gotta tell Epi. And I was like, dude, that's what I gotta tell you. It's you personally
Yeah.
need to go to New Orleans, since that stuff kind of interests you and it grabs your attention.
Yeah.
You need to go by yourself.
Yeah.
Because that way you're focused in. You don't have me, or
Right.
if we were to do a guy's trip or whatever, like, hey man, look at it, like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to dive deep into that shit, you know your limits, bro.
Yeah.
Because there are limits to that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all.
But you know your limit on what you can and cannot handle and shit like that, and you'll be like, dude, this is badass.
Right.
So that was, when you were talking about our trip to New Orleans. Yeah, it is the thing. And then it just made me, it's not that I'm questioning religion, it's just brings to light that other religions were around before what we know.
Yep. Yeah, it's almost like they followed the same blueprint, bro.
Right.
They just changed. They didn't cheat.
Right.
You know, they changed some stuff up.
Right.
But stuff like that, dude. A lot of these same people that are afraid to talk about stuff like, not necessarily afraid, bro. They just don't want to talk about stuff like this. Are the same people, bro, that see a rainbow and say you're gonna get warts on your finger if you point at it. That see a falling star and make a wish.
Yeah.
You know, they throw pennies or quarters in a fountain. You know, they cross their heart and all this shit. It's the same thing.
But that's a form of witchcraft.
It's the same. Yes, exactly.
Same shit.
But they spun it to where it's innocent. You know, we're teaching kids, to be this. We're teaching kids to be that. You know, no. If you really think about it, bro. Even when you pray, that's a spell. You're praying. You're casting a spell against what you believe is an evil spirit.
Yep.
That doesn't come to you.
Yep.
Just the way witches, so to speak, or devil worshippers or whatever cast spells. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, when you do the sign of the cross in Catholicism,
yeah.
If you actually map out, and there's TikToks about it.
Yeah.
When you actually do the sign of the cross on your body, I believe it's the upside down cross.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, because the distance from your forehead down to the middle of your body.
And then left or right.
Yeah.
The cross is upside down.
And there's also a way to do it. You can't go from right to left. It's what is it? Up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
You know, and then some people touch their middle.
Yeah.
You know,
their mouth.
Yeah, it's like affirmations, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and religion sugarcoated that and be like, no, it's not. You know, this is protection. Protection.
Just like voodoo, bro.
It's a protection spell.
Yeah.
It's a protection spell.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People, and that's where we're getting at with this. You know, it's not that we're discrediting any kind of religion at all. Nope. All we're saying is that there's other ones and they're really similar.
Yeah, and it's like everybody always likes to talk about, the Aztecs, the Mayans, da. That was their religion. Whether they sacrificed people or not, or whatever they did,
whatever. That
was their religion because that's what at that time in their lives, that's what they believed in. That's what worked for them. Fine, but when the Catholics came around, the Spaniards conquered. They imposed their religion on it because they didn't like their religion. They wanted to. They were conquerors.
Yeah.
They came to conquer. Yeah. You're gonna do it my way. I've conquered you, and it was done.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing now, and it's just that's when I have these kind of talks, dude. It's not to try to convince anybody otherwise, but if you really want to have a good conversation, that's a good conversation to have, and it's not an argument. It's not religion. It's you're just discussing like even Muslims, man. I got a real good Muslim friend, dude. The similarities between cultures, dude, is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But also the Muslims did conquer Spain at one time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of culture. There's a lot of Muslim culture in Spain even now. And then it kind of carries over. There's a lot of blending that goes on because even the what do you call them? The Vikings, the Nordics, all that, they have runes.
Yeah.
Same thing, bro. The pagans came from that area of the world.
Yeah.
And that was way before God. They idolized trees. They idolized nature.
Yeah. Sun.
Yeah. A lot of cultures. A lot of old. They prayed to the sun.
Yeah.
And which, if you think about it, the sun. There's duality in that because we spell it S-U-N, and there's also S-O-N.
Yeah.
So sun and sun, and the sun, just like Jesus Christ, it sets every night and it rises every morning. There's a what do you call it? A resurrection.
Yep.
And you don't have to dig deep for any of this stuff, but when you sit there and you compare, it's like, oh shit, man, who copied who here?
Yeah.
Oh,
but you can't say that though.
No, people get upset. And Jews, Jewish people, they don't wear a cross. They don't believe in Jesus Christ.
They wear Star of David.
Yes. And even the Star of David has esoteric meaning too, or there's a hidden meaning behind too, because apparently there's two kinds of the Stars of David too. And King Solomon fought off evil spirits too with what was it?
Because they would go do offerings, bro.
Yeah, dude.
They would go up because remember, even in the knights, the older knights, they would have to crawl up the biggest mountain by this time, and you have to, you have all these different phases, and then you see the witch or whatever. You ask for protection of your soldiers, this and that thing. Shit's been around, bro.
Yep. It's just the way we've been taught it, bro. And in Western society, we've been taught that if you question Catholicism or Christian, you're a devil worshiper. You're
an atheist.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, I think more. That would be leaning more towards atheists, bro, because atheists don't believe. They don't believe that there isn't a Jesus or a God. They just don't see it the same way, the Christians and the Catholics do.
Right.
And Muslims too. Muslims say that Jesus is considered a prophet,
Right.
not the Son of God.
Yeah.
And that's always the argument there is, Muhammad was a prophet. They say he was a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Now what he does, you can always, that's an argument, that's going to be an argument.
Yeah.
But even in the Dead Sea Scrolls and in many books of the Bible have been omitted too.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. It's just that's good conversation. That's good. That's a good conversation to have a cigar and a fucking drink over, bro. No argument, bro. That's just talking about stuff openly and just posing a question.
Yeah. And now, that's the thing though. Now, you and I do this all the time.
Hell yeah.
Even on our phone calls, we'll be fucking around. I'm driving home or whatever. Okay, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And we'll get lost in the conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm already home. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with certain people.
Nah.
Because you automatically, like you said, you get that. Well, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Religion and politics, bro.
Yeah. And it was designed that way, bro.
Yeah.
It was designed that way.
And dude, and like I said, dude, when I came back from New Orleans, I had a different perspective on religion. Not that I'm saying I'm a non-believer.
Right.
Because I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that when I hear certain things being said about, religion or, what happened, it's I don't take it as this is the way it is.
Right.
I not that I'm second guessing, I'm just trying to see if there's a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because even in modern days, religion, there's sacrifice.
Yeah, there is. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's crazy. And like you said, in the Aztecs, they used to worship the sun.
Yep.
Every big religion, they worship a sun.
Civilizations had religion, bro. Can we? So here's a good question too. Can we exist without evil?
I mean, I don't know.
No.
You got to.
We wouldn't exist because you have to have duality. You have to. So for life, there has to be death.
Yeah.
For good, there has to be bad.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Here's one. Why is it so hard? So we live in the world of the devil, they say.
Right.
The world we live in, Earth,
Mm-hmm.
is the world of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that?
Yes and no.
Okay. Here's my thing about
Right.
that. And I think we've talked about this before. So, in a way, I do believe it.
Yeah.
Because it's too easy to be bad.
Yeah.
It's too easy to just do whatever and it be considered bad.
Right.
In the modern eyes of a person.
Right.
I can go out there right now and commit a crime, and it's too easy to commit a crime.
Right.
But on the other side, on the other side, like you said, it's when you try to do good and follow a straight and narrow path and bring your faith in with the Lord or whatever, stronger, bring it in. It's hard.
Salvation. Yeah. Salvation is harder to attain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why
according to religion.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of believe.
Yeah.
That's where we're at in the world. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's my explanation. I mean.
No, you're right, dude, and that also kind of opens up the door to something else, dude. Is the story of the Bible we've been told accurate?
We don't know, bro.
We don't. We won't know. Is it a made up story? We don't know that either.
Yeah.
I
mean, and not like we're not discrediting.
No, we're just this is shit we talk about. These are talks that we have. Other than politics, we talk about other shit too. But that's a question we posed to each other quite a bit. Different stuff. Just again, like we've said, history is told by the victor.
Yeah.
Did Lucifer really rebel because they said that he was jealous of us, the creation, okay. God's greatest creation. Yeah. Is that true? Okay. Or did he step in and ask God, hey, why are you requiring sacrifice from them? All these stories of the Bible that God put trials, that he put these men, these trials that he had them go through, What if that's why he stepped in? He's like, hey, this is bullshit,
Right.
My dad wasn't right all the time. I questioned my dad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Didn't mean I was a bad son.
No.
But part of growing up is finding your way and figuring out, on your own without somebody always having to hold your hand. Now, if I fucked up, my dad was gonna let me know.
Oh yeah, sure.
But and if I did good, he wasn't gonna let me know either.
Yeah.
You
think you're badass now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, and that's the crazy thing, bro. And those are just questions, like I said, if you have an open mind, a true open mind, and you can control your temper, control your emotions.
This episode won't make you mad.
No, and take it for what it is.
Yeah.
Some people don't like cold water. Does that make them fucking weird? Does it make them... No.
No, my wife likes her water lukewarm or room temperature.
And there's some people that fucking do,
love the shit hot.
Gotta have it frozen.
Yeah.
They
like the cold.
It's the same damn thing,
Still water, bro.
Yeah. There's people that wear fucking Crocs,
Oh, watch out, bro. Watch out, cousin.
So, no, and that's... Those are conversations that we like to have, just a little insight, We're not always about politics. We're not always about none of this other stuff, There's a lot of stuff here, man, that there's just so much, dude, that we talk about a lot. Just real quick, I know this episode's kind of carrying over, but I made you this question a while ago. Where are we taught memory?
I don't know.
Well,
I straight up told you I don't know.
Yeah. Or was that an upgrade?
Great reset.
We don't know, dude. Is memory, what do you call it? Damn it, man. Is it a way to fucking, what do they call that shit, dude? Did memory come as a way to like a defense mechanism?
Possibly. Who knows?
How did we? I wonder at what point we developed memory, bro. And in our, as a human being, I wonder at what point, because the brain evolved.
Right.
So I wonder if that was part of evolution, or if that's just something that comes naturally to us. Because I can remember stuff from when I was 2 years old, bro. And I trip my parents out sometimes because I'll ask them just we'll be having a conversation and I'll ask them, hey mom, that color shirt or whatever shoes I was wearing, where'd you get those? And she's all like, how the hell do you remember that?
Yeah.
But not everybody does.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have a vague. I mean, there's certain shit, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I got in my first fight.
Right.
I remember, whatever. Because there's certain shit. Is it a life changing moment, or is it just something that just is gonna stick with you forever?
Right.
Like for instance, on this job, I started in the oil field almost 20 years ago. Can you believe that shit?
See, I told you a while ago, bro.
Years ago, bro.
Almost
20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, and I remember helping the guy doing a job that I do now.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, watch your fingers.
Yeah.
He fucking did what he did. He made up the tools, and I didn't listen.
Right.
And boom, got my fucking finger, and I'm like, ah! And he goes, what's wrong? I said, you got my finger. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
He fucking tightened it up. He said, pull your finger out now. He said, I guarantee you, from this point on, you will always remember that.
Yep.
So whenever I do the job that he does now, which we're actually co-workers now,
Yep.
I tell everybody that story. Watch your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I will always remember that. Dude, that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. And you remember it
And
like
I
it was yesterday.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the coveralls that dude was wearing. He had a fucking cigarette in his mouth.
Right.
Marlboro red. And his mustache was just tarred with nicotine.
Mm-hmm.
It was colored.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. And I tell people that story every time when we got time.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It is. That's what I'm saying, bro. Memory. I was listening to some other stuff the other day, dude, and they didn't ask that. I just kind of came up with it myself. I was like, you know what? That's a good one. Memory. Mm-hmm. Because we can remember smells.
Yeah.
We can remember. I mean, to remember what something smells like, dude, is fucking pretty damn impressive, bro.
Oh yeah, like there's no doubt, bro.
There's some smells you just don't fucking forget, bro.
Yeah, there's some smells that
good or bad.
Yeah,
there's some smells.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, you don't forget stuff like that, bro. Yeah. So I wonder if it's part of evolution or if it's some sort of defense mechanism to where it kicks in. It's like, oh, boom. It's like it kicks off your senses, bro.
Man, heightens your senses.
Something. Yeah.
How do we know we only have 6 senses, bro?
Right. We don't. I mean, that's what, science, again, it has concluded, and that's their explanation.
6 senses. That's my. What do we have? 5?
5.
And then 6.
And then some 6.
Yeah. I think I got 7.
Probably more than that, dude. In today's age, bro. You know, there's different genders. So
and there's another, you know, the other one like fear.
Yeah.
Where does fear come from? Because you know you got infants, bro.
Yeah.
They're fearless, bro.
Yeah, they really are. Yep.
You don't start learning fear until your parents say, "Don't do that."
They teach it to you.
Yeah, it's taught. Fear is taught. Don't get on that. Why? Because you can have this and this. Oh, okay. Well, I won't do it.
Well, it's like you know, I had my nephew over the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I took him a bunch of different parks, took him hiking and stuff, but this kid busted his ass on the playground, bro. The kids always bust their ass on the playground. That's guaranteed, right?
Right.
But so I watched the way his mom reacted, bro. You know, and she was either gonna freak out and run over there, or she was just gonna calmly tell him to get up, dust off, and keep going.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she did. Because he did, bro. He got up when he realized he fucking took that tumble, bro. He got up, and it's like his emotions were starting to kick in. He didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
He's looking at his hands because he fucking hit himself and shit. And she tells him, "You're fine. Go play." Boom. He took off.
Yeah.
Had she run over and be like, "Oh my god,"
Yeah,
that kid would have
shut down.
fucking unwound, bro.
You would have shut down.
Yep. And he would have learned that fear.
Yep.
You know. But you know, and it's not necessarily good parenting, bad parenting. It's just, you know, you're right. It's taught, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of parents might do it. You know, don't even know they're doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Their knee jerk reaction is to
feeling-
fucking, you know, oh shit, you know.
Yeah. They feel like they're doing it right.
Right.
Caring for.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why you sit there fucking love them. You know what was the saying when we grew up? Go do it again.
Do it again.
Go. You didn't learn. Go fucking do it again.
Yep. Or they tell you don't do it because I'm gonna give you an ass whooping.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
when you fucking cry, I'm gonna bust your ass.
yeah, same thing, bro. Yeah. I told you not to cry.
Yeah. Well, why are you crying now?
Yeah.
Huh? Thought you were Billy Badass.
Yeah. Exactly, dude.
But you know, listen to your story about your nephew. So I'm a coach of a baseball team, and I had my team over to do batting practice.
Yeah.
Because I went all out, bro. I got the pitching machine, the hitting tunnel. Because I want my kids to win.
Mhm.
I don't like to lose. I hate fucking lose.
Yeah.
I take that shit with a passion. Anyways, so, you know, everybody hit, whatever. And then this fucking little machine would toss them fucking balls, bro. I mean, there's no doubt. So I sat there, boom, boom, boom. There's one kid. He's real charismatic, bro. He's, you can tell he's not getting attention.
Uh-huh.
And I get it, bro. It's whatever, right? Anyways. So I sat there. I was like, "You ready?" He's like, "Yeah." So I fucking put the ball in the machine, and I don't know what he did, and boom, it hit the fucking helmet, bro.
Uh-huh.
Fuck. His reaction, he touched his face, and when he opened his fucking eyes, there was blood. I'm bleeding. I'm like, "Hey, chill out, bro." And he's just like, he's ready to fucking run wild, bro. Like he's don't know what the fuck to do. He's freaking out. I said, "Come here."
Uh-huh.
And I pulled him out of the tunnel. I said, "You need to walk to me. I'm not getting you. You need to walk to me." He's like, "Coach, I'm bleeding. I said, "Calm down."
Uh-huh.
"Are you dead?" "No." I said, "Calm down. I will stop the bleeding." Of course, my son's over there freaking the hell out. He went and told my wife, "Mom, so-and-so's bleeding. Dad hit him with the ball." And you know how kids are, bro.
Yeah.
So my wife comes out, "Angel, what the hell, Bob?" I'm like, Stop. Stop.
Yeah.
I said, "Go give me a cold paper. Give me a cold towel."
Uh-huh.
I told the kid. He's like, "Coach, I'm still bleeding." I said, "That's fine." I said, "I'm gonna stop the bleeding."
Yeah.
I said, "What I need you to do is take your tongue and push up on the roof of your mouth, and it will stop. But I need you to hold applied pressure there." Okay. He did it, and it stopped.
Yeah.
But as soon as he moved it, here comes the fucking blood again.
Right.
And he's like, "Go." I said, "Just stop. Listen to me."
Mm-hmm.
Got him. Got this bleeding to stop. Put some olive oil.
Yeah.
You know, because it stopped the bruising and
Right.
shit like that, whatever. And we were sitting there. We, took a chill pill. I said, "You good?" "Man, yeah, I guess." I said, "Are you hurt or are you injured?"
Yeah.
"There's a difference." "I guess I'm just hurt." I said, "Okay. Get back in that tunnel, and we're going to finish your bucket of balls."
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me. He gave me that look like it wasn't a "I hate you" look, but it was one of those like, I checked his gangster, bro.
Right.
And he just looked at me. He was just like, that fucking glare.
Yeah.
And I didn't yell, "You need to get back in the fucking," no. I said, "Whenever you're ready, you're going to finish what you started."
Yeah.
You're going to finish your bucket of balls. And if you don't want to, that's fine. Your decision. But we got shit to do.
Yeah.
And he turned around. He goes, can I get some water? I said, sure. We got him a bottle of water. Swallowed that shit down. Rinsed his mouth out. I said, let me see your teeth. I said, did any of your teeth hurt? No. Open your mouth. Close it. Side to side. You feel any pop in anything? No, sir. I said, okay. And he put his helmet back on and got his ass back in the tunnel.
Yep.
So I know he's always going to remember that shit.
He's gonna,
But that was one of those moments like you're talking about. Like, and I did tell his parents what happened.
Right.
And they're just like, oh, they're kids, whatever. But
yeah.
I had to let them know. But his mom was the one that was all freaking out. Like, oh my God. I'm like, and his dad was like, hey, he's fine. His nose not bleeding. He told us what happened. So on and so forth. And all I did was tell him, I said, look, in my experience, don't let him sleep for another couple hours. In case it did strike him somewhere. He did wear his helmet, just in case. And, shit like that. But it was crazy, dude. It's one of those things, But like I said, fear's taught.
Yeah, it really is, bro. Yep.
Yeah, it's one of the things. I know we went over a little bit, but shit, man, it was some good conversation on that.
Yeah, dude, man. And hopefully we get some good interaction on this one, dude, because it's not meant for by any. It's just meant to something to talk about, bro. And who knows, man? Maybe people listen to this and have their own conversations and open up other ideas or other doors up to whatever. It gives people something to talk about, dude. I know that's when I find people to talk about this stuff, bro, man. I learn other stuff that other, from other people's point of view, and I'm like, oh shit, that does make sense, or whatever, man. But yeah,
fucking crazy, bro.
Yes, sir, man.
Well, shit, man. I think we're going to end this one.
Let's do it.
And see what's up. I mean, think about that, man.
Yep.
What is your purpose in life? Ask yourself that question.
Besides, family.
Are you living or are you existing?
Yep.
Ask yourself. And go from there.
All
right, guys. Till next time.
Deuces.